which from the childhood is inculcated in everybody's brain. What biases is it reinforcing? One, that the male progeny very obviously is important. Second, that the primary motive of a woman is to produce children because she has been given a vagina. That's the reason why she needs to produce kids. And third is that the responsibility of the sex of the fetus lies with the woman. So you can imagine in a three-pronged way how mindsets are being shaped here right from the time you are born. Similarly, it's like Sada Suhagan Rao. That two mindsets again. One, that the primary responsibility of a woman is to get married. Second, your life is important only till the time your husband is alive. So it's actually a blessing that our older people are giving us, that tab tak zinda raho jab tak tumhara aadmi zinda hai. So these are the kind of mindsets that we come. So it's a small social experiment that I'm doing right here in front of you. It's something like we are all in a patriarchal society. Again, I can go into statistics and share a lot of details with you, but I'm eliminating all of that because of the paucity of time, and everybody knows that. But I'm just trying to demonstrate that how we are raising our children. So for example, in what patriarchal system means patri plus arch, which means that the seat of the power lies with the father or the person who is getting in the money, the male member who is getting in that money, right? To a very large extent, in situations like these, the woman has very little say in family decisions, in property, inheritance, in a lot of things that happen. And similarly, those things are transferred when you go out into the corporate world. Apparently in discussions, women's points of view are actually sidelined. Again, I'm saying these are all studies which have been done. The same point, if a man at the same level were to give, then the Bob would be given preference as compared to maybe a Reshma or someone else. So to begin with, again, so your speech is restricted. When you're coming up, when you're growing up, there is only so much that you have to contribute to the family. And again, what I'm showing here is all of us have these mindsets. The degrees may vary. You may agree right now or not, but they exist, but the degrees vary. So, okay, let's start off with restricting your speech to what you're going to say or what you're not going to say. These are how we are bringing up our daughters. Second is in terms of because of the situation, it's a catch-22 situation. Because of the situation that we are, because of the society that we are born in, because of the cultural influences that we have, because of the religion that we follow, there are restrictions in the way you need to dress. आप ये पहन सकती हैं, आप ये नहीं पहन सकती. Some cultures actually want to veil the women to protect them because they need to be protected. And other instances कि आप यहाँ जा रही हैं, वहाँ जा रही हैं, ये कर रही हैं, वो कर रही हैं. आपके दिमाग में हमेशा ये चीज़ रहती है कि आप क्या पहनेंगे या क्या नहीं पहनेंगे. Okay, so on time, I'm going to tie. पकड़ इसको.
It should be permanent.
Okay.
Nobody minds.
Similarly, in terms of sexuality, in terms of preferences of sex, or whether they want to indulge in sexual activity before marriage or not, whether they want to produce children or not, whether they want to walk out of a marriage or not, whether they're divorced, they want to get settled again, and whatever it is, everything, there is a preconceived notion about how a woman should react or should do. The honor of a family is related to the virginity of the girl. The very fact that rape in Hindi is izzat lutna, that means her virginity or her sexual activity is associated with the honor of the whole family. So much so in extreme cases, there are actually families that prefer that the girl be dead than be married to somebody she chose to marry, whether it was out of caste or whether it was out of, whatever, or just because of the fact that we did not choose it. Women are not supposed to do that. So in a very large way, they themselves, and then again, the primary responsibility of bearing kids, because you have a vagina, you have to marry, your life is incomplete.
Aman, marrow से बचाने के लिए कहाँ? I don't feel good, man. No, please. सारे गुस्सा वाले निकल गए।
अमन तू झंडा लेके घूमेगा वो जो तेरा येलो वाला हुआ है ना?
Then the kind of work that a woman is supposed to do as a nurturer, as a caregiver. Okay, again you can counteract me saying that that there are many women who like to do. There are so many women here who do whatever they're wanting to do. But I'll ask a simple question: how many families or households do you see where there are women who are actually breadwinners of that particular family? And how many, and biases also affect men as much. How many men are there who are primary caretakers of the house? If you even think of the concept of a man staying at home and looking after kids, it's something to laugh upon. Whereas it is expected of a woman that she will do that. And if she wants to go out and prove a point, then she will have to first take care and then maybe go out and prove a point or whatever it is. Boss, give me your hands.
Next time, do better work in the events, okay?
No, this is a warning. Your target has been doubled.
Similarly, where exactly are you going? Who are you with? As far as your ownership, when you're outside, even on the road, men intrinsically are so much more comfortable that they can actually ease themselves out in public. Whereas a woman, when she's walking down the street, she always needs to make it a purpose. You know, she'll always, if I have to stand outside, or any one of the girls I know, they try to occupy themselves looking at their watches, or I'm on the phone, or I'm waiting for someone, because they're going to be perceived as soliciting sex or soliciting, people to come and pay them for their services. So, and then what time of the night you're going, who are you going to go with? It's not something like a decision that you take as an average human being that I've got to go here, or I've got to be there, or whatever it is. But is it that you're going to be with someone? What time are you going to get back home? Are you going to be in a state that is going to be, again, it's a catch-22 situation because of the society that we have created for ourselves now, and because of the mindsets that we already had. So here you go. Now,
no drinks for you,
Even like that.
ये रात भर ऐसे ही रहेगा.
Yeah, we even like that.
Next one is Mansoor.
this, Mansoor, come. Stand here. So this is an average girl that we have raised, and we send her out into corporate world to fend for herself and compete with this. This is a tangible, I've made those mindsets tangible here, that these are the constrictions or the restrictions that, bind that woman when she comes and otherwise. So the reason to do this is, again, we all are leaders in some way and shaping tomorrow's. Maybe if we're cognizant of our own mindsets in terms of creating a level playing field and promoting talent where it needs to be promoted and not be influenced by any kind of biases, let alone gender bias, I think it could be a fair kind of a egalitarian society that we'd be building. And the workshop, which if we had time I would have been doing primarily again.
Women here, there are 10 men here.
Anyway, it's women dominated.
और उनमें से एक को बांध दिया.
How does it feel? I mean, this is what an average woman feels like who's also working with you. And I think all women who are here can vouch for that.
Yo.
अरे
Eee.
So the workshops are about power and influence in terms of how you use your body to convey
Send it to your parents.
the influence that you can hold.
Ask for ransom.
Then there are confidence building workshops wherein again these are diverted
And then
so that
we go to Vegas with that.
so that the women in your organization can come up to this thing. But I was ready to do it for all of you all because I think we're pretty much egalitarian in our